Sri Sukhendu Shekhar Ray, 9 minutes.
Thank you. I am not going to make a political speech because the matter relates to a very important bill relating to National Capital Territory of Delhi. Sir, there is no sound from this microphone. I cannot shout. No volume.
Volume, sir.
No volume here.
I can hear.
But I cannot shout, sir. I cannot hear. There is no feedback. No feedback to my ear.
Yes, some problem, sir.
Go ahead.
Some problem.
As I have stated, that I am not going to make any political statement, but my submission shall be confined within the parameters of this bill. On 19th of May this year, the Honorable President of India promulgated the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Ordinance 2023, which negates a Constitution bench judgment of the Supreme Court dated 11th May 2023 that brought services under GNCTD. There could be some symbolism in the ordinance being promulgated in the middle of the night, as already stated by some of my colleagues, just a few hours after the Supreme Court closed for summer vacation. But I am not on that. Meanwhile, the ordinance has been challenged in the Supreme Court, and the matter has since referred to a constitution bench. During the pendency of the matter before a constitution bench of the highest court of the land, the government has introduced this present bill to repeal the ordinance and for further amending the GNCT Act 1991. I wondered as to whether heaven would have fallen had the government waited for the outcome of the constitution bench where the ordinance is still pending. What is the urgency involved in the matter? What is the urgency? There is no whisper about the urgency in the bill or the statement which have been received just now after the introduction of the bill, that the aforesaid judgment, that is judgment dated 11th of May, posed certain challenges in the efficient administration of the government of NCT of Delhi, which needed to be addressed through appropriate legal interventions. According to me, this is a stigma on the highest forum of our judiciary, which must be deprecated by all conscious citizens of this country. Sir, in the year 2021, in the matter of Madras Bar Association, the Supreme Court held inter alia, and I quote one line, "A legislation can be declared as unconstitutional if it is in violation of the principle of separation of powers, the rule of law, and Article 14 of the Constitution, that is arbitrariness." Therefore, once there is such a judgment, which was delivered in 2001, government ought to abide by that judgment of Supreme Court, which is otherwise a requirement under the Constitution. I am coming to that later on. Sir, the question is whether the Legislative Assembly of Delhi has powers over all matters in List 2, except the matters in entries 1, 2, and 18, which is public order, police, and land. In apparent defiance of the 11th May judgment, this bill seeks to amend the GNCT Act for abridgment of the powers conferred upon the GNCTD legislation by the Constitution, because the entry number 41 is sought to be taken away, is sought to be inserted through this bill, so 3 will be 4. rightly pointed out by our senior counsel, Mr. Abhishek Manu Singh Bichi. Now, sir, when a constitutional bench comprising 5 judges of Supreme Court declares or interprets Article 239 AA3A of the Constitution, the same is binding upon all courts and authorities in India in terms of Article 141 and 144 respectively.